Now we begin with man-made disasters and the safety measures to be taken against them. The crisis caused by a human act, intentionally or unintentionally, they are called as man-made disasters. May it be leakage of a hazardous gas from a chemical factory or a fire in a restaurant at your home. These can be classified as the unintentional man-made disaster. On the other hand, the effects of a planned nuclear disaster explosion can be termed as an intentional man-made disaster. All kinds of man-made disasters leads to tremendous human suffering, huge loss of life and property, and also an adverse effect on the economy of a nation. Fire-related disasters is one of the most common man-made disaster. It spreads very fast and rapidly and causes a loss of damage to life and property. It can happen or occur anywhere and anytime due to our own carelessness at time and sometimes unintentional also. It can happen at our homes, in our office, in the hospitals, in the multi-storied buildings. If a building catches fire like this, it must be evacuated immediately through the staircase. Lift should never be used. And some other ways the evacuation plan should be followed to evacuate the building. And sometimes fire catches in a multi-story building or skyscrapers because of the faulty wiring method. You can see the wiring of this building, how complicated or it is not at all in a planned manner. It is not clear. All the wires are connected to each other. So it is a foolproof for a fire disaster to happen in this multi-storied building. It can catch in the markets also because of again faulty wiring methods or faulty wiring systems. Other than that, there can be other factors also for a market in a market to catch fire. At home, the gas leak is the most common of fire disasters, and we need to be very careful when we have LPG cylinders at home. We should always turn off the knob of our LPG cylinders when it is not in use. We should also keep a kitchen window open so that inflammable gas can dissipate instead of accumulating in the kitchen. And people should be trained in extinguishing the fire of different origins or categories such as electric fire, fire caused by gas leaks, oil leaks, etc. Now these are some precautionary methods which should be applied at home. Do not keep the refrigerator in a kitchen. Always turn off the cylinder and stove before going to bed every night. Turn off pressure regulators, put safety caps on cylinders, open doors, all the doors and windows, keep cylinder away from ignition sources, do not operate electrical switches. Some of the causes of fire at home can be sometimes the children attempt to light a matchstick and then they throw it in somewhere close to them only without thinking of the repercussions. So the clothes or the wood or paper which is lying around them, it can catch fire, which is very dangerous. A person's clothes can catch fire while cooking on a gas or kerosene oil stove or while burning wood and coal. So one has to be very careful at that time. Sometimes children attempt to light a matchstick and the burning stick may fall on their clothes, setting them on fire, or sometimes they throw it in the dustbin, which can also cause fire. A person may throw a burning matchstick or after lighting a cigarette or stove, etc. properly, or put some water over it, little water, because water is not at all advisable to be used in case of fire. One should never throw water on a fire caused by electrical short circuit. Then a child may get burned while playing with the firecrackers during festivals. The electric wiring of the house or the building may be defective, and the fire may start due to short circuiting. Sometimes due to oil leak also, the fire or the adjoining areas, they catch fire, like it had happened in Assam. The whole area was under fire because of the fire being uh, caught in the oil refining area. Forest also they catch fire because of sometimes very excessive heat, high temperature, and lightning. So the lightning sometimes the and it becomes difficult for it to be controlled. For that, the fire department, it makes fire lines, which means that a 5 meter area is there, a path of 5 meter area is created in between the forest, which has no vegetation at all, so that the spread of fire can be stopped. I'm giving you an example of how, due to lightning, the temperature increases and catches fire. In fact, in water also it catches. So lightning strikes water. Amazing lightning strike from beginning to the end in a stream had happened in the place called Montana, the video of which I'll be sharing. The lightning initially hit the rock on the left bank and then jumped uh, into the water. Just see the video as how long it takes the water to stop boiling and return to the normal state. You can see that the water is still in a boiling state. It takes long for it to settle or come to the normal temperature. So looking into all these major issues of fire, or the seriousness of the fire as a disaster, we need to adopt some safety measures. Everyone should be well acquainted with the common fire safety measures. We should undergo training in first aid and the ways to put away the fire. So we begin with the school. So in school, God forbid, if there is a fire in any part of your school building, you should never panic and follow the evacuation norms which is explained in the video below. You should be well versed with the evacuation plan of your school and practice the drills based on these exit at least twice in a year. So this video is about the safety measures, or how to get out of the school in case of fire.
Fire! Fire! Are you familiar with your school's fire evacuation plan? Every school must have a fire evacuation plan which outlines the procedures to be followed in the event of a fire emergency. The fire evacuation plan covers the evacuation routes, the location of the assembly area, and other important details. This is to prevent panic and to ensure a safe and orderly evacuation of everyone in the school compound. Here's what you should do when you hear a fire alarm. Evacuate the premises in a very calm and orderly manner. Move quickly to the predetermined assembly area. the assembly area, a complete roll call for both students and staff members must be carried out. Any student not accounted for must be reported to the principal immediately, together with the last known whereabouts. Staff members trained to fight fire can be mobilized to fight fire from a safe distance before the arrival of SCDF firefighters. Fire drills are to be conducted at least twice a year. Take your fire drills very seriously.
Create at least 3 escape routes. Describe in your plan exactly how you'll evacuate your home, who will be the leader during the evacuation process, where you'll meet up after everybody has left the house, and how you'll call for help. People die because instead of running for their life, they try to save all their valuables, documents, gadgets, money, and so on. Forget about all that. Your only concern should be gathering your family members and pets and leaving the house safely. 4. Doors will help you during a fire. Wooden doors can provide good protection from both smoke and heat. On top of that, they can prevent a fire from spreading. An effective strategy can be escaping from one room to another and closing doors behind you. At the same time, be extremely cautious when you open a door. There may be a fire waiting for you on the other side. If you clothes, curtains, bed sheets, and tablecloths pose a serious danger during a fire. They are very likely to start burning. If you have time, take off your clothes made from synthetic materials. When affected by fire, they will melt and stick to your skin, causing bad burns. Try to replace such clothing with something made from cotton or wool. If your clothes do catch fire, stop whatever you're doing, fall to the ground, and start rolling around until the fire is put out. Rolling will smother the fire and won't let it spread uncontrollably. Make sure you cover your face with your hands. This will provide you with the maximum protection. 7. What to do if you can't get out. If you are trapped and all you can do is wait for help, try to stay calm. The first thing you need to do is ward off the smoke. This will keep you safe until firefighters arrive. Hide in a room that is still untouched by fire and close the door firmly. Use cloths, rags, towels, clothes, or tape to cover all the cracks and vents.
Now we are often going to cinema halls also, where we have seen in the past many cases where the cinema halls have also, or the theaters have caught fire. So for that, now we've gone to various cinema halls. It's very common these days. You go to theaters and cinema halls to entertain yourself, but then it's very important to make a notice of the safety measures the cinema hall or the theaters have taken. And recently there have been many cases of fire in these places. So therefore there is a video for you to show how you should take care of the in the cinema halls and safety measures to be taken here.
हॉल से बाहर निकलने के लिए उचित और निर्धारित संख्या में द्वार होने चाहिए, जिनमें हर समय उचित रोशनी हो और साफ साफ लिखा हो। किसी भी सिनेमा हॉल में निर्धारित कुर्सियां ही होनी चाहिए और उनके बीच उचित दूरी होनी चाहिए। छोटी मोटी आग से निपटने के लिए, ताकि वो एक बड़ा हादसा न बन जाए, जगह जगह पर निर्धारित संख्या में फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स भी होने चाहिए, जिन तक पहुंचना भी आसान हो। पानी और बालू से भरी फायर बकेट्स भी पर्याप्त मात्रा में उपलब्ध होनी चाहिए। इन सब के साथ साथ इमरजेंसी लाइट्स भी होती हैं, जो बिजली जाने की स्थिति में अपने आप जल उठती हैं। इसके अलावा हम पिक्चर शुरू होने से पहले और इंटरवल में भी पब्लिक को उनके कर्तव्य भी याद दिलाते हैं, जैसे कि हॉल के अंदर सिगरेट न पिएं, बाहर भी केवल स्मोकिंग जोन्स में ही धूम्रपान कर उसे वहीं ऐश ट्रे में बुझाकर अंदर आएं और अन्य ज्वलनशील पदार्थ हॉल के अंदर न लाएं। आग लगने की हालत में पैनिक किए बिना निकास मार्गों का प्रयोग करें। कुर्सियों के बीच के रास्तों में किसी प्रकार की बाधा पैदा न करें। हादसे की स्थिति में धैर्य रखते हुए हॉल को जल्द से जल्द खाली कर दें। और
Now, in case of skyscrapers or storied buildings, you never use lifts to come down. Use the stairs to come down every time. Plan of evacuating the building should be placed in all the floors, and you should be well versed with the plan and follow them in case of fire. And most important, that you do not panic. So just look into the 4-5 measures which can be taken in case of safety measures to be taken in case of multi-storied building when it is on fire.
So here are 5 steps that you should take to ensure that your building is fire safe. Make sure firefighting equipment like fire extinguishers are in place and in workable condition. Sprinklers should be placed at various locations in the apartment. Fire refuge and escape areas should always be free from any kind of encroachment, and all people should know about them. Get regular electricity audits done from licensed electrician to avoid short circuit. Conduct mock fire drills at regular intervals to make people aware of firefighting methods.
Now, fire extinguishers is the most common thing you must have heard. Each and every building nowadays, your house or cinema halls or market or hospitals, anywhere, you will find the fire extinguishers which are placed there. So there are various kinds of them, and how to use them, it is very, very important to be trained in that. So let's see.
How to use a fire extinguisher. Accidents happen. Be prepared to fight your own fire by learning how to use a fire extinguisher. You will need courage, calm, and a fire extinguisher. Step 1. Know how fire extinguishers are classified. Class A extinguishers are for common combustibles like paper or wood. Class B are for flammable liquids, and Class C are for electrical fires. The Red Cross recommends ABC classified fire extinguishers for home use. Step 2. Inspect the fire extinguisher before use. Read instructions and warnings, check that the pressure gauge needle is in the green portion of the gauge, and check for a clogged nozzle, a broken seal, or other damage. A fire extinguisher won't work if it's not properly charged. The pressure gauge measures the charge. Step 3. Decide if you'll evacuate or stay and fight the fire. Consider the size of the fire, the amount of smoke in the room, and whether there is a reliable escape route. Step 4. Remember the acronym PASS. It stands for pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Step 5. Pull the pin or ring that unlocks the fire extinguisher's operating handle and aim the extinguisher at the base of the fire. Aim at the fire from 6 to 8 feet away. Step 6. Squeeze the extinguisher lever to discharge its contents and sweep the hose back and forth until the extinguisher is empty.
Next is the fire brigade, because if we see any outbreak of fire in our neighborhood, we should immediately call the fire tender and inform the police. We must always immediately inform the proper authority of gas leakage, snapped electrical wires, etc. in our locality. So these people are very well trained. They often give drills to the schools also, how to use the measures or the safety measures to be taken, what are the safety measures to be taken at the time of fire. And these drills are very, very informative. So every school or your multi-storied buildings should have provision for these kind of drills, and these people really work hard and they play on their life to protect us. So this is all about the safety measures to be taken again in case of a fire. Hope you have understood. In case there is a query, please ask.